Today we're joined by
Derek Witzka
of
Veg'n Cafe,
just outside of
Cleveland, Ohio.
Thanks for finishing on my sentences.
No problem.
Yeah. He started a new Kickstarter to start a vegetarian vegan cafe just outside of Cleveland called Veg'n Cafe.
And it is
Kickstarter.com/Veg'n Cafe.
Yeah, he's only wanting $2,000.
$2,000.
Just totally easy to do.
Come on, we gotta help him with that.
Yeah.
We needed one more place that people can get vegan food.
Who cares?
Especially baked food and cupcakes.
And his mixes sound really awesome.
Yeah, he has these mixes called I don't even know what they're called.
They're just ready-made mixes that are in jars.
Yeah, jar mixes for cakes and cookies.
You just add your milk alternative to them, and you're ready-made.
Totally sweet. So Derek is going to donate $25 to the giveaway this week.
And
all you have to do is follow Veg'n Cafe and Which Side Podcast on Twitter, and then retweet our tweet that we're going to have on our Tumblr and on Twitter.
And then you'll be entered.
Tumblr is whichsidepodcast.tumblr.com. Thank you. All of our Twitter handles are at whichsidepod and at Veg'n Cafe.
Yeah.
Thanks, Derek.
And
here you go, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey,
Hi.
This is Jordan, and Jeremy just got here.
Hey, is this Derek?
Yes, it is.
How's it going, Derek? This is Jeremy.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How do you pronounce your last name?
Witzka.
Witzka. So it's just like how it looks then.
Yes.
Sweet. Well, we're already recording actually, so if you're ready, we'll just dive right into it.
Yeah, of course.
So, Veg'n Cafe, right?
Yes. That is correct.
Yeah, sorry. I lost my train of thought for half a second. So you're just outside of Cleveland?
Yeah. I'm about 10-15 minutes out of Cleveland. So.
Yeah, I was looking at it on a map, and you're right on the bay of Lake Erie.
Yeah.
My favorite hardcore compilation comes from Erie, Pennsylvania. It just made me think of that. I don't know. So, what's the vegan scene like in Cleveland?
It's kind of small but large as well. I've actually I'm like borderline vegan, vegetarian. I've only been for like a year and a half-ish. But it started when I was in school, and there's a big population at my school that I went to. So, and then it borderlined from that, and then it was like a huge domino effect, and that's how I started my company as well, because there's such a huge demand at the school that I went to, but there wasn't enough products or anything at the actual school.
So is there a vegan friendly bakery at all in Cleveland?
There are some, but they're not in my area. I guess you can say the closest one around our area is Akron, which from my house is like at least a half hour, if not a little farther than that. There's nothing really like around the corner, unless it's like something frozen.
Are those places more just like vegan friendly? Like they have like one or two items, or?
Yeah, a lot of them are vegan friendly. Like there is one place in the Berea area that I'm setting up my place at. It's called True Sugars Cafe, but they are more of a vegetarian friendly. They do have like meat options there as well, and they have like one or two different things for the vegan consumer.
So you said you're vegetarian on the verge of veganism?
Yeah, I'm slowly working towards it.
What steps are you taking, and like how close are you? Like, what's your struggles with becoming vegan?
My biggest struggle is that I'm a picky eater.
Okay.
I've completely gone off meat and most of dairy products. It's just a few things here or there that I eat on a daily basis that I wouldn't think have dairy products in them, but they do.
Okay.
So there's a lot of the things like I make myself. Like any type of meal I usually make myself, and I try to limit the ingredients to being all vegan.
Mhm.
But there are times where like I'm going out if I'm somewhere else, and it's a lot harder to do that because I'm not a salad person at all,
Neither am I. I
and
hate salad.
so that takes out one huge chunk. So
Well, do you have any questions about being completely vegan? Because, I've been vegan for almost 20 years.
12 or
Jordan's going on in the teens, 12, 13, 14, somewhere around there.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you have any questions for us about being vegan? About making that change?
I mean it's just hard for me because, like I said, I'm a very picky eater. So I'm opening myself to trying new foods. Like I just tried spinach for the first time yesterday, and so like I'm just trying to like try a bunch of different things so I have options. Because right now it's just an option thing. Like I don't have a whole lot of options I can eat myself that I like.
Yeah, I mean, when you first decide to make that choice, you can't eat the same way. You really have to open up your palate and force yourself into trying new things.
I kind of enjoy that because had I not gone vegan, I wouldn't have gotten to. Well, I mean, maybe I would have, but I know personally, I probably wouldn't have tried things like okra curries.
Kale.
Yeah. I don't know if I've still even tried kale.
Did you like spinach?
It was surprised. Like I was very surprised on how I did like it. I had it was spinach and artichoke, and
that sounds good.
like I've never ever had it before, and I was very hesitant at first because it just looked weird to me. But no, it was actually really good.
If you like spinach, I would suggest trying kale. I love kale. It's my new favorite vegetable right now.
I heard that it's one of those ones that's very bitter, though.
It can be bitter. Yeah, it definitely can be. I love juicing it personally.
Yeah.
But that sounds like I'm one of those crazy, like, ultra healthy people. I'm totally not. Yeah. I'm a total junk food vegan. I'll tell you that right now. But it makes me feel a little bit better if I have a little bit of, like, kale or Brussels.
Yeah.
If I was in Ohio, I'd visit your shop a lot.
Yeah,
That's the kind of vegan I am.
Yeah. No, believe me, I like pig out on everything that I eat. I always try to be good. Like, I'll make some samples for my friends, and then I'll give the rest away. I end up eating everything myself. So
yeah, it's totally the way it is. So with your baking, how are you finding your own recipes? Are you copying recipes or adapting?
I start with just a generic recipe, and then I tweak it myself. Because like a lot of things, like once you make it and you try it, you find out what's wrong with it or what's good with it, and then you like make it your own.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make things that are different that people haven't tried before, or just like new varieties that you don't see every day. But it is where I'll go. I'll have an idea of what I want, and then find it somewhere, and then make it, and then tweak it, and then make it my own. Because I don't want to like just be like one of those people that just like whip it out of a box and be like, oh, here it is.
Yeah, totally. What's something you're like super proud of right now that you've created or then made your own?
I'm gonna have to say I made this awesome cheesecake the other day, and it surprised a lot of people because the main ingredient in it is tofu.
Mm-hmm.
And like when people bite into it, they wouldn't even know until I tell them. In which I usually don't tell them anyway, so then they get this like weird expression on their face. But no, I was very surprised. So, I mean, I like tofu; it's not bad, but it has to be mixed with something. I can't just eat it plain.
Have you ever tried a homemade tofu?
No,
it is a totally different experience.
It is. I can eat that plain.
It's amazingly good to eat, like actually raw. But store-bought tofu, totally not.
Homemade soy milk, though, I would say is not good.
It's disgusting. But I'm not a soy milk fan, so
I like soy.
Yeah.
So how are people taking to this? Are you having the people you're sampling this? Sounds like they're not mostly vegan.
No, like the majority of the people that I sample with aren't vegetarian or vegan or anything. But I try to get those people because I'm trying to show them that there's no real difference to taste the way that I make them.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's one thing to have a product and have it taste good, but as soon as I say that it's completely vegan, they have already a whole different mindset of what it's going to taste like.
Yeah.
Totally.
And so my main thing is to have these people try them and realize that there's not a big difference. In fact, if anything, my stuff has more flavor
Mm-hmm. One of the things, we happen to be super lucky out here in Salt Lake where we have two all vegan cafes, or bakeries, not just cafes. And one of them, they used to label everything vegan, but they actually stopped because it was getting, people were afraid, of like what it was. So if you go in there now, nothing is labeled vegan in their display case, and it's really funny because you'll be in there and people will walk in and be like, "I heard you guys have vegan things." They're like, "Everything is vegan." And they're like, "Oh my god!" Like they're blown away. So
it used to be, they started out as a traditional, and they had a few vegan options, and they saw that the market for vegans was pretty high, so everyone started buying the vegan thing. So they slowly started converting everything to a vegan. And now they only do traditional by request or
So I mean, it was always my intention to make like an actual full running restaurant, but with the space that I was given and the actual work that I would have to do, I decided that I wanted to start a little smaller, do something that I actually have a very big passion for. I do have a big passion for baking, so I thought starting with the bakery would be good, and then hopefully as I gain recognition and I can grow to something bigger.
So reading your Kickstarter page, it shows that you were starting out of a local church. Is that right?
Yeah. When I graduated from my college, I was having a really hard time trying to find a kitchen and a space that I could use to make my products, because I was just gonna actually start up from my home and do it out of my house. But after I was contacted by the school saying, because I did this project while in my senior year, and they said that a lot of people responded to my project, and if you find a place out in Berea where I'm setting up, that'd be an ideal place because of all the demographics that I did during my project. And so I was talking to one of the professors, and he said, talk to this church because they have a few rooms empty and they're trying to pull in the community. And I said, okay. So I talked to them and they offered me a spot right off the bat.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice spot. They have their own fully functioning kitchen. Like, it's a bunch of money out of my pocket that I don't have to spend.
Yeah, totally.
And so are you being there just to bring the community support, or are they just giving you like reduced rent, or like how is that relationship working?
It's kind of both. I do have a reduced rent, which is really nice. And the only thing that they want out of it is like some products on Sunday after church. And I said, I'm more than willing to.
Some free baked goods after church?
Yeah.
So basically you're bribing the pastor.
Exactly.
Is that what it sounds like?
Exactly.
Awesome. Sweet. That works.
We have a mutual understanding. And I mean, it's a nice place. They actually offered me at the very beginning of a nice portion of their church. It was a really nice big space, but they told me that if they were going to rent me that out, then they would actually have to charge me rent because it was a space that they weren't willing to lose money on yet. But then they gave me a smaller space and actually cut the rent down considerably. I was just like, I can work with this.
And then do you get to use their kitchen? Is that?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome because that means you didn't have any of the startup cost of getting all that.
Because
equipment.
at first, when I made a Kickstarter page in, I think it was like October or something, I set the goal pretty high because I thought I would have so much more expense on my part. But then when we renegotiated, they gave me the smaller space, and I realized that like my expenses for this has been cut more than half. And so when the page obviously failed because I didn't manage to raise $25,000, and then I found out that like I needed considerably a lot less, and so I made another page and got it approved. And
so you got your new goal is $2,000.
Yeah.
Right? So what is that all going towards?
It's going towards the actual room that I'm selling the products out of. Since I have the kitchen and it's fully functional, it has like 3 ovens. I have all the things that I need. It's basically towards I'm renovating the room because it's just an empty space now, and I want to add in some sitting area, and I have to get a display case and little things like that. All that's going towards that money, and basically just a little bit for marketing purposes. And the only thing I really have to provide other than like the things inside my shop is a fridge to hold my own ingredients so they don't get mixed up with the church's stuff. So
okay,
that makes sense. Yeah, totally.
So do you always have you always been into baking and cooking, or what got you into it?
I've always had a passion for baking, and my first job was actually at a bakery, and so I worked there for 6 years, and my passion for it just grew even more. And then I was sitting in class one day, and they were like, "Oh, what's something you like to do?" And I said, "Well, I like to bake." And he goes, "Well, can you turn that into something that people are facing a problem with?" And since I was a vegetarian then, I was talking to my friends. I said, like, we don't have the sweets that most people have because they have dairy products in them. I said, okay, I'll run with it.
That's awesome. Yeah. So what's your favorite use for an egg substitute? I know a lot of people are always asking that. I always like to know. I used to be a pastry chef also, so I always like to know what people's little secrets are.
Mostly what I use is applesauce.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the times, most of my stuff doesn't even really require any dairy or soy products in it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so usually it's just, some soy butter and that's about it. But if I have to use an egg replacer, I always go with applesauce.
Have you ever... sorry, I was going to say my favorite, if you haven't ever tried it, is flax seeds.
Flax seeds. I tried using it once.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if it was just me or if it was just the instructions or the recipe, but it didn't. I used them in cupcakes and they didn't rise at all. Or
did you use whole flax seeds? Is that how you're using them?
I think they might have been ground flaxseed. I think it was ground.
This is how I'm the only one that I've ever heard that does it this way. And it's a little laborious, so if you're doing it at home, it's not really worth it. But if you're in a large setting, that's how we used to do it at a cafe I worked at about 15 years ago. Not 15, like 12. It was a mixture of 1 to 4 of flaxseed to water. So like 1 cup flax seeds, 4 cups water.
Mm-hmm.
And you would blend that together by itself. And then 1 tablespoon of that mixture is equal to about 1 egg. It actually has the same consistency as an egg. It feels gooey. And it's kind of gross, actually. But it works amazing.
I'll have to try it.
What I really like about it is that, like, if you're using it, like, in muffins, you get a little bit of the flax in the muffins, and it adds that contrast.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So it just looks really nice.
I've also used bananas and cornstarch is my...
Yeah, cornstarch is my go-to at home.
It's the go-to.
Yeah.
I tried using bananas for my first time when I was making things in the beginning, and all I could end up tasting was banana.
Yeah.
And anything that I tried, so I was like, oh, blueberry muffin. I'm like, and banana.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, at least I like them, but my friends my one friend who hates bananas, like bit into one, he's like, I can't even finish this.
I can't eat like baked goods with bananas. I think it's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't.
I think you have to definitely do it with something like if you're going with banana bread, I'll more power to you. But you have to maybe banana pancakes, other things, but it definitely has to have. You can't add it to something that it will take the taste away.
Yeah, definitely.
Overall thing.
So what's been your biggest struggle with this Kickstarter campaign?
I guess my biggest problem is just getting people to view the page.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have like my support group who's gone to it like the first time and whatnot, but I tried reaching out to other companies and other organizations, not even asking them for money, but just asking them to support it, whether it's like posting on their Facebook pages or sending out a tweet, or if they have a blog, putting it in their blog. And I've actually sent numerous emails, at least 200, if not more. And I've only heard back from like maybe 10 to 15 people.
Really?
Yeah, and so it's things like that. Like I'm trying to reach out and network with other people. And I guess that's like my biggest problem, because I can pull people in who are vegetarian or vegan, who are fully supportive of what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's the people that feel like it doesn't apply to them. And so it's more of the people who are like, oh, this is vegetarian or this is vegan, and like this, I'm never going to come to this place. It's those kind of people that are just have that mindset, I guess it is.
I'm under the mindset I want to help anyone who's doing anything vegetarian or vegan.
I mean, we're not in Ohio, but
anything to help the community.
Definitely.
No, I was very happy that you guys contacted me, and it's nice because I with you guys, and I also managed to get into contact with one of our local news stations, and they did a little 30-second promo about my thing, and so that's been running since December, I think it is. But then I was contacted by the city of Cleveland to help. What was it? It's called Go Red for Women. It's sponsored by the city of Cleveland and the American Heart Association. And they actually invited me to sample my products there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's on Valentine's Day. So I'm hoping to get people on that as well, being like, come support me. Try. I mean, I'm going to have a bunch of goodies there, so try one. I'll change your mind about vegan food.
One of the things I was looking through your different rewards that you had offered on your Kickstarter. Yeah, one of the things that caught my eye was the cookie and cake jars.
Those look pretty good.
So you're making those yourself. So is it basically like the idea of doing like a cake box mix, but making it vegan?
Yeah, pretty much. What it has everything you need to make a batch of cookies or a cake, but all you have to do is add in your own, like either soy milk or other soy products. And all you have to do is just put it all together, mix it, pop it in the oven, and it's good to go.
Sweet. I think that's awesome. Honestly, that sounds like so awesome for me. I was super stoked about when I read that.
Yeah, me too.
No, I have like jars of it in my room just sitting there. So if I ever get bored of my mom, like, oh, make me some cookies, I'm like, here, just take this and make it yourself.
So how did you develop the powder mix for that, where you were just having to add your milk alternative?
It was actually really easy because what I use, like for any kind of cake, really, some of the cakes don't even require like butter or oil or anything. So it's basically just flour, sugar, and a bunch of other little things that you can get at your house, or you can just buy in one of the jars and you can just mix them with your soy product or dairy alternative. And I just realized, like, I can put this in a jar and it works. I was very surprised. So I thought maybe, like, if you just do it once or twice, maybe it won't turn out that well because maybe they're doing something different, or maybe my instructions aren't clear enough. But I did it myself, and it was actually really easy and really convenient, especially when I got lazy and didn't feel like making it all by myself. I just said, oh, it's in a jar, just pour it into a bowl, and it's all good.
That's right up my alley.
Yeah, that's totally like something. Like, I would have boxes on that on hand, and I want cookies. Sweet, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I love baking, don't get me wrong, but if I don't have to work for it, that's even better.
It's like, just the cleanup from it is what bugs me the most. And
so, if you go to your Kickstarter page, which is Kickstarter/Veg'n Cafe.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. You can get that in one of the rewards. Is there another way of getting those jars?
I'm actually in the process of setting up a web page. It's taking me a while because I'm not that great with that kind of thing. But once that's starting, I'll be able to sell those products online. And so once I get that up and running.
What kind of price point are you looking at for those pre-made mixes?
I haven't decided yet because I want it to be something reasonable, because I don't want to be like, oh, it's $30 a jar, because I can go and buy the ingredients myself and it'll cost a lot less. But I'm trying to find a way to make it reasonably priced. But then again, with the shipping costs and expenses on my side, they'll probably be somewhere around the $10 to $12 area. I want to keep it so people will buy them. I don't want to turn people away just because of the price.
Yeah.
Have you considered having a separate shipping cost, so that, I mean, the price of the product is something and then an additional shipping price? Yeah. So,
like I said, it's all in the works.
Yeah.
I've been putting it together very slowly because me and web page designing does not go well together at all. I'll stick to baking.
Do you have a domain name set up that you could possibly shout out yet, or are you still in the process of that as well?
It's not published yet, but it is vegnoutcafe.net.
Okay.
But like I said, it's not published yet. I'm still working on it. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that it'll be done by next week. and then I can finally get things up and running and get things started. And
yeah, that sounds awesome. And if you ever need someone to test those out, I'm always game for testing them for you. So, okay. I think my 6-year-old daughter would love it also, so it'd be super easy for her to make. So,
oh, definitely. Once I get things up and running, I will gladly send you guys something.
So, what kind of flavors do they come in? So you said they're cake and cookies. Like, what kind of cakes, what kind of cookies do those come in?
I'm not sure yet. From what I kind of want to do, I want people to like name their own flavors.
Okay.
So I want to make them like custom jars.
Oh, sweet.
But right now, the ones that work really well are the chocolate chip cookies and the chocolate cake. Because those are the easiest ones to put together. And I'll have like the generic ones like the vanilla and chocolate and then chocolate chip and all the oatmeal raisins, things like that.
Uh-huh.
But I want people to be like, oh, I want this kind of cake or I want this kind of cookie. And I like, and hopefully I can put it together to them in a jar that eliminates all the putting things together. So
that's awesome.
This is just making me really hungry right now.
What? So what is you said that you've been successful with cheesecake lately. What's your absolute favorite thing to bake?
My favorite thing to bake is probably truffles. Ooh. Because I am a chocolate lover, and the way that I make these truffles, again, like I said with my cheesecake, the main ingredient in my truffles too is tofu. Mm-hmm. And so you would never know that there's tofu in these products. Which, I mean, is good because when they bite into it, all they're tasting is my truffle, and they're not like, oh, what's the side taste? Like, it all blends together really well. Totally. But truffles are so easy to manipulate into different flavors.
You know, I gotta be honest, I don't think I've ever had a vegan truffle.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I was just thinking that right now. I've never
It's actually really simple to make. All it is some like soy cream cheese and non-dairy chocolate, mix it together, and then throw in some sugar, and then let it harden, and then it's good to go. You just roll it into balls. You can roll it in. I roll it in coconut or pistachios,
sounds
and
delicious.
Then just let it go.
You make me want to fly out to Cleveland.
I will send you some, and you will be amazed.
Like this is honestly the only reason I could ever imagine going to Cleveland. Is going to get some vegan truffles.
I used to have family out in Cleveland Heights.
I have to say, I have traveled just to go to vegan restaurants before.
Oh yeah, totally. So I remember flying to New York with you one time.
Yeah.
Although we flew standby.
Yeah, that was
and pretty much we just had to pay taxes on it. We flew for the purpose of going to a cafe.
Yeah, totally.
Which is terrible.
But yeah, so
visit me. I'll give you guys a private showing, and I'll bake you a bunch of things.
You're making me want to go.
Yeah.
Like, this is it is probably freezing there right now.
It is. It is very, very cold here. I don't mind the cold. It's the snow that I don't like.
Like up there is one of the few places that's worse than Salt Lake, I think, for winter.
Well, it was like 50 degrees today, and then all of a sudden I look at the news and we're expecting another 2 feet of snow in the next day. Make up your mind already.
Yeah,
that's insane.
We keep going from really nice weather. Like last week it was like 62 degrees, and then the next day we had this like huge blizzard.
Is that the lake effect? Is that what they call that?
Yeah. It's awful. It's awful.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, what really sucks out here is that we've had a record amount of snowfall, like what I would say record low of snowfall this year, but it's all happened in the last like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so we had like no snow until like the last 2 weeks, and they're super worried about the drought here, but it's been brutal for the last 2 weeks.
And it sucks because my partner's in town and she's going to be gone in like a week, and so all the snow's been hitting right when she's in town.
It's her first time seeing snow. She's from Columbia.
Yeah.
So it's a whole new experience.
So I mean, it's good. She gets to see snow, but
no, I liked it because last year like hardly snowed at all here, and then now we just can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
I hate snow. I hate snow so bad.
I snowboard, so it's okay, but it's too expensive. I'd rather there not be snow so I could skateboard.
Do they have those winter activities out there? Because there's no, like, real mountain, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they have, like, resorts, I guess you can call them, that you can ski and snowboard, but other than that, there's nothing really here, except, like, sledding hills.
Yeah, so it's like there's probably go sledding.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to do
No,
that?
they have a few nice resorts here that you can go skiing and sledding on and all that stuff, but nothing natural, I should say.
Oh, so like they build hills? Is that what they do?
I think so.
Wow.
I've never been to one because I don't know how to ski or snowboard, so
And also,
I stay away from snow. I just fall.
Yeah, I've lived in Utah for my entire life, and I've never skied or snowboarded. I have no desire to.
The only reason I got into it is because somebody gave me like a really good deal on a snowboard, and I figured I probably should do it if I buy it.
I view it balancing and cold, two things I'm not good with.
Yeah. So I didn't like it at all.
I just went sledding like last week, and I couldn't even walk up the hill. I kept falling, so I'm just like, I'm done. This was fun.
That's something I still need to do. Sledding. It's fun.
Last time I went sledding, I actually ran over a little kid.
Knowing me, I'd be making the jumps and trying to jump over things on purpose.
I convinced a bunch of little kids to make a snowball and roll it down the snow hill, so it kept building up as it was going. It like broke halfway through.
It's like Sugar House was the first place to do that. Well, every week we do a poll, and this week it was on swearing. What's your take on swearing was what the poll was. And so
what's your take on swearing? Did you get a chance to see the poll, Derek?
I saw the one about energy drink.
Yeah, that's the one that's going on right now. So this one,
yeah,
it's always kind of like a weird, like the polls are like a week off, basically.
Yeah.
So, because like this episode will go live on Sunday,
and that's when the next poll will start.
And that's when the next poll stops. So yeah, this one it was. What's your take on swearing? So, what is your take on swearing? Do you view it in a negative? Like some of the answers that we got was, what's the big fucking deal? It shows a lack of vocabulary. It's cute when kids do it. Language shouldn't be censored. Anarchy.
I try not to use it.
I try not to use it.
Language is ever evolving.
Some of the random responses.
We allow for other answers as well.
Yeah.
And we got...
I don't use oppressive words, but fuck, who cares?
and who's fucking
I'm personally really bad. I have a really bad mouth.
Yeah.
I swear all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't censor myself in front of my daughter, which is really bad.
Yeah.
But she's super clean. Like, she doesn't swear. She's always getting mad at me. Like, Dad, that's naughty.
Yeah. I try to censor myself around certain people, I guess I could say. But, I mean, I don't really find it a big deal.
I don't find it a big deal either. I mean, I don't really swear that much myself, but I think that it's just something that's so common now that, like, if I hear someone swear, like, I don't even, like, move, like, flinch or anything like that. I mean, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, hearing little kids say it is kind of funny, but I usually don't swear myself unless I get really upset. But that never really happens either. So,
I think I grew up in a very religious household where swearing was not tolerated at all, and so as soon as I was able to rebel, it's one of my rebellions because like I don't even censor myself in front of my parents, and I'll be like, "Fuck you, mom! Fuck this!" all the time. And they just roll their eyes at me now.
See, that's one of the few words that I won't say in front of my family, my mom especially. But like, I think I called Callie an asshole the other day, and that even offended my mom. And so, I mean, I try not to swear in front of my family.
I try to swear in front of your dad as much as possible.
Yeah, my dad is on the other. He's different because he swears all the time. But won't say he does.
The funniest is that my daughter Isadora, she was playing her DS the other day, and she's playing Mario, and she kept dying. And every time she's dying, she's like, "God damn it! God damn it!"
It's funny.
I think that's the only time that I ever start. For me, my friends play Mario a lot too, and that game just brings out the worst in people.
Yeah, my daughter likes to pull up YouTube videos and watch people playing Mario. And I always have to turn them off because they get really raunchy really quickly.
Yeah. Well, she's been turning them off herself. Like, as soon as they start swearing,
yeah, she'll
switch to a different thing.
It's weird.
I actually think that I swear the most when I'm baking, because I'm a very clumsy person. I spill a lot of things. I think that's the only time I ever swear.
So you don't believe you have to bake love into everything? You're like, fuck this!
I still bake love into everything. There might be a few curse words in there, too.
Well, what's love without a few cursing, right?
That's right.
Actually.
Oh, jeez. So, if I flew out to Cleveland tomorrow, what is the best place to go to being vegan? Like, where's the have-to-go places?
The only places that I've been to that I love is, there's a place called the Flaming Ice Cube.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the most amazing food ever. I mean, I've never had a bad meal there. That's definitely some place you have to check out if you ever come here. It's called the Flaming Ice Cube. It's in Akron, and they have great food. They have great desserts, and
what kind of food is it?
There's a lot of sandwiches, but there's also like nice. I had a nice pasta plate the other day, which was really good. But they actually specialize in a lot of different foods. They have a huge variety of foods that a lot of other places don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really nice there, actually. You do have a nice variety, and it's very well priced.
The Flaming
Ice Cube.
The Flaming Ice Cube. It sounds like a fancy drink.
Yeah, it does. That's what I thought. I was like, is that a bar?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. I thought it sounded kind of like a bar. Mm-hmm. So, the Flaming Ice Cube?
Yeah.
God, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with that.
It's pretty impossible.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good place.
And you mentioned another one, didn't you? Or did you say that it was located somewhere?
There's the one near my place called Tree Huggers, but I personally think that their stuff is too expensive. I mean, it's like $15 to $18 a plate. Okay. It's ridiculous.
Is there food hippie tasting?
I mean, it's not bad. But like I said,
I didn't mean that in a negative. Just very natural, very down to earth.
A lot of it, I think they're a very big salad place. I guess that's another reason why I don't like them. But they do have good options. I just think it's too pricey for me.
It does sound pricey.
It does. Yeah. I try to eat in as much as possible because of that. Like when we have a place here, they got like a 70% markup on most of their items, don't they? Probably more than that.
Which place? But you don't want to say?
I'll say it. It's Sage's Vertical.
Oh, they have more than that.
All the ones that are owned by Ian.
They're more like a almost a 150 to 200% markup.
Wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's and so when you go there, it's like, this is really delicious, but I could make this for so much cheaper.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that the food's bad. I enjoy the food.
To give you an idea, like if you order a plate there and you want like a sandwich and you want fries on the side,
it's like $3 for fries. Just for fries. And so it's like,
so you can buy a bag, make it yourself.
Exactly. Like you can get carrot sticks, or for $3 you can get potatoes. Like
carrot sticks included for free.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And then the other alternatives, it's like, so they give you your carrot sticks for free, or for $3 you could get mashed potatoes, you could get hash browns, French fries. It's like, what are you gonna go with? Of course you want to upgrade. So, yeah.
So, what first made you change to become vegetarian?
Actually, it was a bet by my friend, thinking that I couldn't do it. And so when I first tried it, like I struggled a little bit, but then I realized that I was such a picky eater already.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, I didn't really eat a lot of meat products to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And so I completely eliminated that. And then by the time it came like 8 or 9 months, I was actually scared to stop because I heard like if you go back, you get like really sick or
You can, yeah.
it's a hard transition. And so I just said, I'll stick with it. I actually dropped some weight, which was really nice when I found out.
Mm-hmm.
But and then just it's stuck ever since.
So how much was the bet for?
Was it
Personal pride.
Personal pride?
Nothing. Because he's been a vegetarian for I think it's like 3 or 4 years now, and he's just like, try it for a week, just try it. And I was like, okay. And then it stuck ever since. And then I found that like when I could tweak different recipes, then I found out that I could do all this baking with it, and it basically started this project that I've been working on.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel a lot better? Did you notice that, or did you notice any changes while you were doing it? Transitioning?
A little bit. Like I said, I dropped like 20 pounds.
That's awesome.
Which I was really happy about, and I had a lot more energy. And I actually found that like when I would go to sleep, I felt a lot more refreshed when I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
And so apparently I've been sleeping better. But it's little things like that, and it's made me not want to stop. So
I tried asking my dad about that the week that he said he could do it, but he's not gonna do it.
I tried doing that to my mom as well, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll try," and then she goes and orders a hamburger, and I was like, counterproductive.
Yeah.
So if I made a bet with you and said, "I bet you can't go vegan," would that make you go vegan completely?
I would try it. I would definitely try it.
Have you ever gone a week completely vegan?
I don't think a week, but like I said, it hasn't been. It's just that I don't have a lot of options where I am right now, and so a lot of things aren't completely vegan. And like the things that I have made are, but there are a few things that I'm ashamed to say that I can't live without. So
don't be ashamed. Like what things?
I am a big cheese person.
And that's okay. One of the major ones a lot of people say.
Yeah, totally.
Not myself. I love cheese, so.
And I really stay away from a lot of dairy products, but cheese is the only one that gets me. Like we have like this coconut ice cream that I love, and like there's things like that I can definitely stick with, but it's cheese.
The two things that have always done it for me from cheese, which made me always want to stay away, is one called quesomorphine. Are you familiar with quesomorphine?
No, not at all.
Quesomorphine is it's actually in all animals, but in cows it's called quesomorphine. It's basically added by the mother to make the infant want to stay close to the mother. It's basically making an infant addicted to the mother's milk. It's a mild form of morphine, basically. And so all mammals create it. It's a little bit different in every mammal, but in cows it's called quesomorphine, and it's in all dairy products. So when you're consuming dairy products, you're actually consuming a mild drug that's making you addicted to it.
And so that's why a lot of people have a hard time getting rid of cheese, like out of their diet. Cause it's like
you literally are addicted to it.
Addicted to it.
I mean, it's not like it's not an addiction like a cigarette. It's not like that sort of addiction, but it is that mild addiction where when you eat it, it does release the dopamine in your brain, so you are getting that reward sensor continually triggered as you eat it. So that's one of the things that always did it for me. And the other one is, when was the last time you microwaved cheese?
I don't know. I really don't use the microwave that often.
Do this. Take a little bit of cheese, grate it, microwave it. Let it sit for about 10 minutes, and you see how it's all hard and sticking on the plate?
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what it does inside your arteries. Yeah. It's disgusting. So that's just knowing that's what's always been a huge reminder for me every single time I see it.
Do they have many cheese alternative options? Like
it's Cleveland. It's a major city. Of course they do.
So that's what I'm just
they have a few nice options, especially at the grocery store that I shop at. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that I have tried, and they are good. But
I've always been one to tell people if they really love cheese to stop eating cheese and don't try a vegan cheese alternative for at least 3 weeks, because they don't taste the same. They're bad, but they're not the same. Mm-hmm. So I have my personal favorite. We've talked about this on the show a couple of times about the brands we like on cheese because some of them are disgusting. I'll say it.
Like I remember back before they even had very many alternatives, if any.
I remember,
nutritional yeast was the go-to.
Totally, you got to make it yourself.
Go-to cheese alternative. And
what brands of all cheese alternative have you tried?
I know what's the name of it because I use the cream cheese and that's really good. It's
Do you use Tofutti cream cheese or Follow Your Heart?
Yeah, that's what it is.
The Tofutti,
and they have the cheese too, and it's really good.
The cheese slices.
Yeah,
I like the cheese slices. Those are pretty good. Have you tried the Follow Your Heart brand? Do they have that there?
Not that I came across.
Look for Follow Your Heart. It's personally my favorite.
That's my favorite too.
It melts really good. You can make macaroni and cheese with it.
I don't think it melts as well as Daya does.
Daya is more gooey when it melts. And Follow Your Heart's a little more creamy when it melts. I equate it more to like Velveeta when it melts.
Yeah. What I've figured with Follow Your Heart is you take like a potato peeler to it, and you can get like a really thin slice on the side, and then if you like want to make like a sandwich, that's you don't even have to melt the cheese.
Callie does that to make quesadillas. Follow Your Heart cheese.
And if you were to do that, then you could. I know like the can of it's probably totally not healthy, but the can of cooking spray that you use to coat things, if you spray it a tiny bit on there. You can also rub oil on it if you're. This is a personal confession. I'm lazy. I'll spray a little bit on it, and then that'll help it melt too.
That just sounds amazingly ghetto.
Well, that's why it was a confession.
Have you ever tried the mayonnaise substitute Veg'naise, or some people Veganase, however you want to pronounce it?
No, I haven't tried it yet. They sell it at the grocery store. I always look at it and I want to try it, but I was never a mayonnaise person to begin with. So
I wasn't either until I had it. It's a lot sweeter than normal mayonnaise.
Some people say it's similar to Miracle Whip. Maybe.
Yeah, some people say it's similar to Miracle Whip, but the same company that makes that is Follow Your Heart, and so they also make cheese alternatives too. So
I'll have to look next time I'm at the store.
Yeah, if you're at the store, you can always ask them to bring it in. Like they since they get the one, they should be able to get the other one. You shop just like as a normal grocery store, or you like a health food store?
Yeah, no, it's just a normal store. And we have some nice like Whole Food stores, things like that. But where I am, it's like your Giant Eagle and things like that.
Well, that's awesome.
It's awesome that they carry it still.
Yeah, they get those alternatives there. I remember when I had to go hunting just to buy soy milk.
Oh yeah,
it was ridiculous.
Buy it in a box and it wasn't cold.
Oh god, it's so gross. I'm still not a soy milk fan.
It's definitely easier.
I love it. That's the first thing that I tried when slowly weaning myself off of other things was silk milk, and I love the stuff. It's the only thing I drink now. Like I won't.
I'll drink it plain. I don't mind either.
I'll drink the silk chocolate. And then I'll use the regular silk just in cooking.
Like cereal?
I don't eat cereal.
No.
It's too much sugar. God, that sounded really bad, didn't it?
I don't eat cereal. It's too much sugar. Yet I'll eat like a package of Oreos.
Yeah, it's totally true. But I tried it only like protein in the morning. It's ridiculous. Whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah, my wife always makes fun of me because I'll eat like a can of beans in the morning. She's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Really?
Yeah, totally.
That's not morning.
A traditional English breakfast is beans over toast.
I'm not English. Wow.
So what else besides cheese is stopping you?
It's really just that, and then just finding products that are completely vegan at the place that I shop at. I mean, they offer a few things, but there's not a wide enough variety that I can stock my fridge with, other than making it myself.
Yeah. What I found over the years is I've gone through large phases of using alternatives and then not using alternatives.
Yeah.
And right now I'm like in a happy medium. I think I use them, but I don't use them very often.
I'm using a lot right now, but I'm thinking about going to the route of not using them to save money, because when you're buying just produce and not using alternatives,
so cheap.
it's so much cheaper than everything else. Like, everyone always says how expensive it is to be vegan, but if you're just buying produce, it's so much cheaper than omnivore diet or anything else. So, yeah, I might go through that phase to save me some money.
Back when a little bit younger than you, when I was a little bit younger than Jordan, I always had the goal of eliminating all processed food by the time I was 25. I'd be like, I'll be amazingly healthy, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. 6 years, I've completely passed that by over 6 years, and no way.
Well, what's not helping is that all the alternative cheese was on sale at the store, so I bought like tons of it in bulk, and so now I'm using it on everything.
What's killing me is how much junk food we can get being vegan now. Like when Oreos became vegan,
I
like gained 10 pounds. Just by reading it, I was like, holy shit, like, oh.
Yeah.
So
just the time that Mari's been here, we've just been eating everything. Anything that we can possibly make vegan, we'll make it. So.
Well, on your Kickstarter, your $75 reward. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. I can't remember exactly what it was, but part of it was you got like your picture up in your cafe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was planning on doing that and like having you put like our logo on your cafe.
Yeah.
But I'll make you a deal. I will push that up to $100 if you can be vegan for 30 days.
I will gladly accept that challenge.
Okay, and you can't be a dick and lie to me about it.
Of course not. That is just wrong.
Okay, but your Kickstarter actually ends within 30 days, so you got to just be honest for the last week.
I promise to be honest.
Okay,
sweet.
So I think that's totally fair if you can do that.
Totally.
Oh, I will definitely do it.
Do you have Netflix at all, by chance?
I do.
There's a really good documentary on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's called Veg'n.
Yeah, that's the one that made my mom actually stop eating meat.
And yeah, basically all they do is they take 3 normal people from different demographics and have them go vegan for 30 days. And it's just following their experience of doing
I think I actually saw it on there, because the one that actually made me stick to being a vegetarian was the Forks Over Knives.
Yeah, that's a really good one. That's definitely a good one.
Yeah, that's what really got to me. So I'll have to definitely check it out.
What I really like about Veg'n a lot is that it just shows you
real people.
It's real people, and that it's not as hard as a lot of people think it really is.
It's not in your face health. It's not in your face animal rights.
It's really not. Yeah.
It's just what it is.
So what about Forks Over Knives got to you that made you be like, I'm done?
I just thought it was really eye-opening, especially when they were listing, like, when you become a vegetarian or vegan, like, a lot of the health information with it, I guess. And so that really stuck with me. And just the way, like, they talked about, like, the means of being manufactured and processed. It's just one of those things that just makes me, I don't know, not want to eat meat at all. I mean, it was like that, and like it really started when I saw the documentary Super Size Me about McDonald's, and like that was just hard enough as it is, just watching that. But then this one was just, I mean, it was really, really informative, and it was unbiased, and it was just real information, real statistics, and not just like filler stuff.
Yeah, no, I really like that one a lot too. It's just very, this is the health implications of it. This is what they found out during the China study. This is like what Dr. McDougall's been doing.
Yeah.
I mean, and the combination of like Dr. McDougall and Campbell, both of them are what got, a lot of huge people to switch to a vegan diet. Like Bill Clinton is because of those 2 doctors. He switched to a vegan diet, which he is now completely, by the way.
Is he completely?
He's completely, he doesn't eat fish anymore at all. Yeah, he's not a pesca anymore. That's actually been for a little while. So I really like how it's not just the shocking, we're going to shock you with horror images or things like that.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty good. Dr. McDougall every year does a vegan cruise, and I've always wanted to go on it, except it's kind of too hippie for me, I think. So,
by hippie you mean just earthy?
Yeah, I mean, and not the food, the people. So,
okay. So.
I'm not old enough. Like, I look at the people who go, and I'm like, I don't have gray hair yet. Maybe I wouldn't fit in. So,
I think about I don't know. A lot of times there's, that whole earthy feeling with vegan food, and I feel left out. But
I've always tried to stay away from that with vegan food.
But that's I think it's a misconception with vegan food. You don't have to.
No.
And that's one thing that annoys me with recipes a lot of the time. Like you'll open up a recipe and it'll call for arrowroot. It's like, no, you can use cornstarch. I
like it. It's like it's in the organic, unbleached, stone ground flour.
Yeah, so all purpose.
So flour works, right?
It's like, yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, totally. So, if people want to get in contact with you, what's your different ways of doing that?
Well, we have the Facebook page, which is just Veg'n Out Cafe, facebook.com/Veg'n Out Cafe. Mm-hmm. We have we have a Twitter, which is at Veg'n Out Cafe. We will hopefully have the website up and running by next week, which is vegnoutcafe.net. And then I have my email linked directly to my phone, so I always get the ones that sent to my email, which is vegnoutcafe@gmail.com. So those are like the easiest ways to get into contact with me. Mostly email because, like I said, it goes directly to my phone. My phone's glued to my hand, so.
Yeah, I'm totally the same way. Yep. So, and then you also were going to do the giveaway with us, right? You're going to do a $25 gift card to the website or your cafe, is that right?
Yeah.
Totally, and that'll be awesome. And what we usually do with those is we'll have it recorded at the beginning of this episode, so people listening to this will already know that. So,
yeah,
that'll be totally awesome.
Then that'll be on next week. And
yeah, so this will drop on Sunday,
and hopefully, if your website's up by that time, just let us know as well, and we'll totally cross-post that.
Yeah, we'll totally make sure that's all cross-posted for you. So, do you have any questions for us on how to achieve your 30 days?
No, I'm actually really excited about it. So We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, totally.
But I will put all my effort into it.
I gotta tell you, I've given the 30-day challenge to quite a few people, and about 90% of them do it. It's really not that difficult.
It's not when you really make a conscious,
Yeah, the hardest point is making the decision of I'm gonna try this for 30 days.
Yeah.
So, and
obviously, don't hesitate to contact us if you did need any help.
Yeah, if you have any questions.
That's what we're here for.
I remember when I did my first 30-day challenge. It wasn't really a 30-day challenge. I was like 12 at the time. It was just an argument with my mom.
Yeah.
So, is anyone in your family vegetarian or vegan?
Nope.
How are they about you making this change?
They were surprised at first, but then, like I said before, I'm a very picky eater to begin with, so they're all like, well, things you weren't even eating anyway, so. But I try to have them try what I'm eating as well, just to see, like, what they think of it. I mean, they all sample my baking products, but I try to get them to eat other things, and like I said, it's just the word vegan, they just get turned off by everything.
Have they been supportive in you doing it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's good. So they're not why don't you just try this type of thing?
No.
My parents still do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's like
even today.
It's like 20 years. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to change, guys.
Just has a little bit in there. It's fine. Don't eat it.
Anyways, well, it's been a lot of fun talking with you. It's been good getting to know you. Hopefully,
this was a lot of fun. This is actually my very first podcast, so
awesome.
Right?
This is something definitely new, and it was awesome.
Yeah, totally. We'll have to have you on again sometime. We just like to hang out, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a lot of fun.
So
by that time, hopefully, you'll have some of my products. I'll send you guys something once I get things set up. You'll definitely be.
I'm easily bribable, so awesome. I'm just putting that out there. It's amazing what a cupcake will make me say. So. Sweet. Okay. Well, thank you, sir. I'll let you know as soon as this plops. So
yeah, thank you. This was fun. Thanks, guys.
No problem. Thank you.
Problem.
Have a good one.
Chill.
Okay, bye.